Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Matthew, and here's his story. Hey Ollie, you can use my name Matthew. I'm 22 and have recently reached 6 months of no contact with my mother, father, and sister. My mother is a covert narcissist who has always controlled my life. I never had any communication problems with the three of them until I brought my girlfriend to meet them 6 years ago. From the start, my sister ignored her. My mother put on a fake persona right away. I didn't understand what was going on at the time. My dad came home later on that evening from work and acted the same way as my sister. So for the next 5 years or so, this was the dynamic. My father and sister would say nothing and ignore us both. It seemed like they were always snickering under their breath, like they always had inside jokes we weren't a part of. There would be some communication from them, but only when absolutely necessary or prompted by my mother. I ended up moving in with my girlfriend and her parents. My mother would always call and have a reason why I had to come back, usually some kind of errand. One time she said I had to come back for a certain date because family were visiting. Only when I turned up, nothing was going on. I asked her when the family was arriving, and she said she rung me to tell me they weren't coming anymore, which was a lie. She would frequently call and make me feel guilty for not being there. After living with my girlfriend for a while, I gained 20 kilograms, which put me in a healthy weight range. I was severely malnourished because she was always rationing food so that they could have enough money for the $5,000 holidays, the latest technology for their house and designer clothing. I weighed 58 kilograms at 6'4". When I came to visit them, she asked me my clothes size. She wanted to buy me clothes online. When I told her my size and weight, she laughed and mocked at me. She said she didn't believe me and told my sister and dad, who joined in laughing, not believing me. She went ahead and bought clothes that were too small and made me feel bad for not wanting to wear them when they didn't fit. She would make me feel embarrassed about wanting to try them on in private and would make me change in front of everyone, saying, "We've all seen it before." My realization of who they really are started on my birthday when they invited me and my girlfriend out to lunch and announced they were planning to go on a family cruise to Florida, just the three of them. The holiday just happened to fall on my birthday the following year. It was assumed that neither me or my girlfriend were invited or considered, except in the way that I was expected to drop everything in my life and spend 2 weeks at their house looking after their dogs. I had looked after their dogs on 2 separate occasions the previous years. I would get no thanks and definitely no compensation for the time I had to take out of my life and my job. The first time I had to do it, I felt as if my mother had timed it at the exact moment I was trying to get my life together and move city for university. I meant I couldn't sort out moving city with my girlfriend. I had to defer a year, and a lot of money was wasted from a failed attempt at moving. They didn't care or even ask the details. They never seemed interested in anything regarding my life and my choices. No, the only thing that interests the narcissist about you is how to sabotage you. That's the only interest the narcissist has, is sabotage. And that's a shame when it's your parents, but I understand it because we've all been sabotaged by our parents. Shortly after the birthday lunch, I found out about MPD and made the connection. I realized I had to put my foot down and say I couldn't dog sit for them. As soon as I told her I couldn't do it, she started guilt tripping and saying that she would have to cancel the holiday and $2,000 would be wasted and it would be all my fault. Well, what about all the money you wasted when they sabotage you? She didn't stop pressuring me for 2 days, saying that she was asking nicely. Yeah, right. She finally got the message and ignored me for 2 weeks. Then came my aunt with a sweet message and my mother's flying monkey request sandwiched in. Again, I refused, and that was the end of that. The next few months, I tried using gray rock method of communicating. I felt the pressure bubbling from her, the tension of the situation, and how she didn't seem to have any desire to make things right. I realized how she had manipulated me my whole life and sabotaged my life's choices. I realized I had to take a break from communication with her, so I called her and told her I needed to break because I had a lot going on in my life and I just needed some time. She said, "This isn't you," and hung up the phone. Less than 24 hours later, I received a text from my dad saying, "You better send your mom an apology. She was upset at what you said, especially when she was giving you something. You might hate me and think I'm shit, Dad, but don't you dare talk to your mom like that again." Fuck off. Fuck off. You know what? The closest I ever came to friggin' actually punching a hole through Meat's chest was when he started, like, "Don't you ever talk to my wife," shit, because I just saw red, like, with the chaos in the book. Like, I couldn't. And how you said this to your mother is almost like you're talking to a girlfriend. "I need a break." The giving you something part was referencing to her attempts to contact me while I was gray rocking, telling me that my granddad wanted to give me money for some reason. After I ignored that, I received a barrage of hate from my sister telling me I'm disgusting for what I'm doing, etc., etc. Yeah, this is what happens. This is how the spiral happens at the no contact. When they've been getting their way and they've been using you and sabotaging you your entire life, when you catch on to the narcissist, they flip out. They flip out. They spiral when you catch on. Then my mother threatened to contact my girlfriend's family. This all seemed really weird considering all I had said was that I need some space for personal reasons. Nobody wanted to know what was going on in my life that might have led me to making this decision. They just instantly turned against me without question. Because, Matt, they already know. They know why. They know what you need. You need space from them, and they know why. They're like, "Oh shit, he's caught on. The jig is up, he's caught on. We're not going to get our way anymore." Immediate narcissistic injury and spiral. That's what this is. After ignoring all this, my mother sent a letter to my girlfriend's mother. Narcissists love their letters. They love letters. In the whole 5-year period, she had never made any attempt to make contact with my girlfriend's family. In the letter, she claimed that she hadn't been able to stop crying. I haven't ever seen her cry, not even when her mother died of cancer, asking her to intervene and saying that I sounded upset on the phone, as if I hadn't made the decision myself. Basically trying to blame my girlfriend for this situation. She tried to appeal to my girlfriend's mother as one mother to another. I think she did this to appeal to her emotions, as she knows that she had a son who died at age 24. My girlfriend's mother sent a reply. It was a kind and understanding reply, and it said it's not her place to intervene. For a while, I received phone calls from private numbers, one after the other. I received a birthday card while they were on holiday. It contained a note saying, "Just remember we will always be your family," meaning blood relatives. Not really. Blood doesn't make family, behavior does. Every species on this earth can reproduce. Every species on this earth reproduces. Not every species on this earth are families. They might be blood related, they're not families. Behavior makes families. Like when you see a whale pod, that's a family. Because they protect each other. They mourn when one of them dies. That's a family. You said your mother didn't even mourn when her mother died, right? They don't know what family is. Family is not bound by blood. The narcissist wants you to believe it is. Recently, she texted me telling me she had one of the dogs put to sleep. I felt like she was punishing me because if I were in her place, I would have given the chance to say goodbye. The voicemail I received before Christmas sounded really hostile and impersonal, not genuine at all. But she keeps at me with texts pretending to care, like we're always here and we're here if you need us. Do not ever take that bait, Matthew. Even if it doesn't work out with your girlfriend, and I know you're young, you cannot go back there. If you go back there, you'll never get the fuck out. Ever. They'll own you. You can't go back. Ask anyone who's done it. They're not your family. You're just blood related to them. Now my aunt has suddenly become interested in seeing me and has asked me to travel to see her and my cousin to do family things. They're not family. She is in contact with my mother frequently. She is a kind and loving person, and she has always been a scapegoat like me, but I'm worried that she might be contacting me in order to get information, as I know she's easily manipulated. Yeah, don't think she's being manipulated. She's manipulating you. She's manipulating you. Of course no one who has contact with your family can be in your life. No one. Not now, not ever again. Not the type of sociopathic narcissist your family is. Because they are out to sabotage you at all costs. And when they can't do that, they spiral. They're not your family. Blood doesn't make family. The narcissist just wants you to believe that. Narcissist fantasy will always be your family. Bullshit. I've always had a good relationship with my aunt, but we aren't in contact except for family occasions, which makes me concerned about her intentions. I don't want to cut contact with everyone in my family. I haven't spoken to anyone in my family since I cut contact with the three of them. But at the same time, I'm worried this might not be coming from her. It's not. It's coming from your family. And everybody who tries to draw you back in, is doing it at the behest of your mother, father, and sister. It's just that simple. Okay? Those three are out to sabotage you at all costs. And anybody who's going to associate with them, you can't have in your life. Now, you're still young, and if it doesn't work out with your girlfriend, you cannot go back at this point. They're not family. Technically, you don't have a family, Matthew. Your goal is to build your own family the way you want it, and not to be dependent on these people, because these people are going to sabotage you under the guise of blood making of blood binds you to family, and it doesn't. That's just narcissistic fantasy. So I hope that helps. Thank you for your contribution and your story, Matthew. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general, keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.